Good day again, everyone. It's been a sleepless night, but sun is shining, sky is blue, all is quiet right here. I want to thank our sponsors for this week. Gila and David Zelig, Nishmat Gila's mother Frida Bat Noach and Grania, Allah Shalom. Thank Naomi David Westrich sponsoring Nishmat Naomi's father, Harav Reuven, Ben Rav Chanach Heinich, Allah Shalom. And thank Chanyo Fuld sponsoring this week as a schut for their son Binyamin, fighting in the IDF, and for all our soldiers and fighters. So it's been an interesting time, but one of the things that's lurking in the air has received some play in the last, I guess, 10, 12 days is the notion that certain people have of being stuck at home, meaning stuck in Israel. My colleague, Rabbi Joshua Wander, wrote a column the other day that made this very point and especially expressed the irony that's involved that maybe many Jews don't even realize about the notion of being stuck at home. You could be stuck on the road, you could be stuck in a foreign land, but can a Jew ever be stuck in the land of Israel? Well, that's not to minimize that certain people are experiencing hardships. They're stranded, say, away from their jobs, in some cases, away from their families. But it's the notion that you hear again and again that people are stuck, takua. They're in the land of Israel and they can't get out. And it's troubling on many levels. One of the ironies that he mentions is that nobody knows when the airport will open for full travel back and forth to Israel. And a lot of people's Pesach plans are being disrupted. And the yeshivot end as of next week, and people want to get home for Pesach. And that's part of the irony. Here, Pesach is the holiday on which we were liberated from exile, one of the points of which was to bring us to the land of Israel. After all, that's the fifth expression of Geula, of redemption. Viveti etchem el haaretz. God says, I will bring you to the land. Asher nasati et yadi. I swore to your forefathers to give them this land as a morashah, as their heritage forever. And rather than a person concluding, well, that was point A, Mitzrayim. This is the goal, Israel. It's completely inverted that they're trying to leave Israel in order to get to the exile. And one of the even sharper ironies that he mentions is that here people are doing the opposite of what happened in Mitzrayim. That one of the exit points now that makes it easier to leave the land of Israel is through Taba or through Cairo. So people are taking buses to Taba, which is right south of Eilat, or buses to Cairo to go through Egypt. So rather than us leaving Egypt to go to the land of Israel, which is our destiny and our homeland, we're traveling from Israel through Egypt to get back into the exile. Something's been inverted in the Jewish psyche that he notes very well. Maybe we're failing to educate our young. Maybe the exile after 2,000 years has so taken root that we don't, in the exile, feel ourselves any longer in exile. We feel ourselves more at home in the exile than we do when we're home. One of the basic mitzvot of the regalim is aliyah l'regel. The Jews, wherever they were, would come to Israel. And here it's exactly the opposite. Jews who are already in Israel, I'm not even talking about Israelis, but Jews who already are in Israel feel stuck, that they can't leave and do Yerida in order to celebrate Pesach. Something is a little off. And again, it's not to minimize that there are disruptions, but maybe those disruptions themselves should cause people to think a little more and reevaluate what is home, what is exile, what is a temporary abode, what is meant to be permanent, what accords with the Torah, and what really is not in fulfillment of the Torah. Rabbi Wander wrote something yesterday. It's a story too good not to be true. That the other day there were these South Korean tourists in the old city of Yerushalayim, and someone stopped them and asked, "Are you waiting for the first flight to leave to get out away from the war?" And they said, "No, exactly the opposite. We want to stay. How often will we have an opportunity to see God protect His people and His land? We wouldn't want to miss that for anything." What an attitude. They don't feel stuck. They feel blessed. The difference in approach. I guess there's something to learn from the Koreans more than Samsung. What is Pesach but a reminder of the origins of our nationhood in all its dimensions, not just to be free from slavery, but to receive the Torah in its totality and to take that Torah and implement it in its totality in the land of Israel. That is the destiny of the Jewish people. And yet at the Seder, we'll all say at the end, Lashona Haba B'Yerushalayim, next year in Jerusalem, and yet the people who can say it right now, who are here, and just would rather go to the exile and say, some other time, but not now. Now is not, can't be this year. It has to be next year. We should think a little more. Never feel stuck. You could be inconvenienced because of so many other things going on, but maybe even those inconveniences should awaken us to the reality. Maybe it's time to change. Maybe it's time to fully embrace our destiny, our brothers and sisters, our homeland in reality, not just emotionally or verbally. Have a good day.